I'm Willie, and this is Booger. Got a question for you. You want to go fishing? I know you want to go fishing. Talking to them, do they want to go fishing? That's like the 8th or 9th take, man. I can't, it's just, Hey, want to go fishing? If the answer to that is yes, then you are in the right place, because I'm telling you right now, I want to go fishing. And what we have here today is the very first episode, the collector's edition of Wanna Go Fishin'. Since it is the very first episode, what better way to start off than to start from the beginning of the entire fishing scene? Maybe you used to fish and quit. Maybe you've never fished in your life. Maybe you have a family, a kid or two, and you want to take them to go do something different. Well, fishing's a great way to start. Get them out and get doing things. Get them away from this. Stop all this nonsense. Get away from here. Get some of this going on and get some of this going on and learn how to tie a knot, that kind of thing. And if that's the case, here we are at the very beginning. Now this was the beginning for me, and for a lot of you it probably was. The Zebco 33, little lightweight rod. You know, how many perch, crappie, small bass, whatever. Maybe a big bass, maybe you got lucky. And if you got it in, that was great. This is how many people, you know, have used this and went through this. In 1954, that was when Zebco and the 33 came about. So I figured, hey, let's go out here and see what we can get at a low price to get people started, so they're not spending $300 or $400 on fishing equipment. It can be done. Here we have Ollie's Bargain Outlet. Now, every town probably has a place like this, whether it's a Big Lots or a Walmart or a Ollie's like we have here. You can always find some decent fishing equipment, you know, and not break the bank in a place like this. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna go inside here, see what they have. And hopefully they have something that's in a category that's fish catching capable, I guess would be the best words I could get with. Yes, the name has changed. It wouldn't matter to me if they called it Lake Hootenanny Poppyseed. I wouldn't care, because there's some good fish in that lake. $25. $25. This is, here you go, $25. Comes with the little tackle box, the reel, the line, the rod. The Zebco 33, 10-pound test, 5'6" rod. Little tackle box here. You got hooks, you got bobbers, you got swivels. Got some little spin tail baits there. You got a little, well, that's a little swim bait there. And the little beetle spins. Really everything, honestly, everything you need to catch a fish. And to catch many fish, depending on where you are. So the idea behind this is to say, hey, we spent $25. Can we go fishing? I believe so, yes. I believe with what we got right here, we can do it. This guy here, this is actually one of my original reels from the 80s. This is the UL4 Classic Trigger Spin. This was also up at the Ollie's, which I didn't show y'all. I just saw it kind of after the fact and decided I want to get that too, because I knew I had this guy here. What we have is the telescopic rod. Got the little telescopic thing happening. 5-foot rod, 4-pound test Cajun line, the clear Cajun line with the little underspin trigger. I'm going to use this tomorrow, this little guy here, and basically be doing a whole lot of little pan fishing. I'm going to have some help tomorrow. My 2 sons and my wife are coming along, and I bought 2 of these. Obviously, you see I bought 2 of these. My sons are going to use these guys here, and we're just going to do a little family fishing outing, catch some fish. The only thing that I will be stopping to get are night crawlers. We got hooks and swivels and bobbers. You gotta have night crawlers. That's all there is to it. That'd be the only thing left that I will buy. Since this is my first episode, I guess you could say, and hopefully the first of many, I hope to get better at this. So don't throw the tomatoes at the screen just yet. Give me a chance, and I'll do the best I can. Hopefully get better as I go. With that being said, hold with me, let's grow together and see what happens. And at this point, the only thing I can really do is ask you, hey, wanna go fishing? What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to the Wanna Go Fishing table of contents, where right now there are no contents, because the contents are actually out on the front seat of Booger. We went on our family trip this morning to the Nottoway River in Smithfield, Virginia, Sussex County area. Unfortunately, weather didn't agree with us last night. It stormed and it rained for hours. So against my better judgment, we still went to explore the area, and the water was up really high and it was extremely dirty. The other thing was the rain last night must have really woke up the mosquito population, and we spent about 10% fishing, 90% smacking mosquitoes. The only good thing about the mosquitoes there are they are so big you feel them land before they're able to bite you. So with that being said, I am now looking into another area here locally, a little pond or somewhere, a lake that we can complete the task at hand with the Zebco 33 outfit that we bought from Ollie's and get that completed. So hang with me, and we'll see what I can find. Good morning, y'all. It's not so bright and early Sunday morning. No storms, no rain last night, so that's a good thing. Maybe the water's not as stirred up. Fish got themselves back in their groove. It is overcast and as humid as it can possibly be, but that's Virginia. We're used to that. So even if it doesn't rain, you'll probably wind up just as wet as if it did throughout the day. We're heading to a lake. We're going to hopefully get this $25 Zebco challenge down and catch a few fish, and cross your fingers. That's about the best thing I can say is cross your fingers. We got bug spray, we got snacks, we got night crawlers. We're ready. We're ready. Do I have the fishing poles? Oh yeah, I got fishing poles. We're good. Okay, so anyway, we're on our way. See you there. All right, we have made it. We are at Ed Allen's bait shop right here on the Chickahominy Lake. I'll turn around over here, show you a little bit of that. We're going to be walking out on that pier right there. I got to admit, that thing makes me a little nervous. But I was assured by the gentleman in the bait shop that there are some big fish underneath of that pier. So I assured him that the equipment that I was using may not handle big fish. But we'll find out. That is why we're here. Well, it's supposed to be $3 a person before you go on the pier. Man didn't say nothing about paying. Well, I guess I'll go in and pay then. All right, here we go. Turns out that it's actually free after walking up there. He didn't mention that either. This thing here looks like a fun house. Let's see. Actually kind of nervous about walking out on this thing. But we're going to give it a shot, see what happens. Look at that. There's little tiny snakes in there. And this little old hook, it ain't going to take no whole lot of worm, that's for sure. But it is what came in the kit, so that's what we're going to use. Come here, you look like you're trying to escape. You are a big rascal. Terribly sorry about that. Hey, get back in there. Wipe a little bit of this worm snot off my fingers there. And we're going to throw this thing out there and see what happens. Now, I got no idea how deep the water is here. So, I am going to run this thing up just a little bit and probably give myself about 2.5 foot. And just see what happens. We're going to try over here at these pylons. Or maybe we should just drop it right here. Well, I just threw that right on top. I couldn't do that again if my life depended on it. But we're going to try to get it off there. If I can't, well, you can kiss this bait goodbye. Yep, she hooked right in there. That sounds about right. Yep, she is hooked for good. Hi. Well, it's a beautiful lake. It's very large. But fishing from the shore is just, no, it's just not happening. The pier, I went as far out as on it as I was willing to go when I started seeing the water coming up through the cracks and the boards flexing, and it just gave you the queasies. So anyway, I'm leaving here. I'm going to maybe try a couple places on the way home. I never got a bite, not a single thing on the worms or the bait, in which of course I lost one. Thank goodness I bought 2 of those poles, so that means I have 2 of those baits. But anyway, go try somewhere else on the way home. Maybe We are now at the Newport News Park campsites area where the ranger station is here. This is where you have to pay if you want to fish from the bank or the pier, and I think it includes a couple of other lakes as well, but we're going to give this a shot and see how it works out. We are at Harwood Mills Reservoir. I opted to come here just, of course, because the Newport News Park area is a little bit fished out. So we are just going to try to catch something, just something. I'm going to go with the bobber and the hook first, because that is really what these setups are all about. Pinch off a little bit of worm here, and we're going to cast over here underneath of a appears to be a concrete pier. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Just one goofy little fish. One with a mouth big enough to actually get on the hook. But see, he did the same thing. Pushed the worm all the way up past the hook. Okay, so we have proven anyway that the bobber and the hook will catch a fish. We're going to try a couple more just to make sure it's not a fluke. Goodbye, little fella. Thank you for making my day. You can see that, but that bobber has got some weight on it right now. And there we go. Stop it. You're going to put the hook in me. Quit it. So he really didn't take off and jerk it and run. He just slowly sucked it in. And I got to get that hook out of there. But, oh, still lively. And he still left me a piece of worm. So let's see if that little piece, this little tiny piece, will catch a fish. There we go. Come on. Take it with you. There we go. Oh, yeah. You just got to wait him out. How did you even get that hook in your mouth? You didn't. You got it under your mouth. Oh, stick your little spines up at me. I don't care. I ain't scared of you. Now, I mean, I don't know if that camera's picking this up or not, but I mean, just look at the colors in that. Purple and gold. Yeah, that's pretty. All right. Let's try something silly. We're going to try over there. I don't know how deep it is, but we're going to give it a shot. See if anything bigger over there. We're going to try out there. See what happens. Oh, we already got something happening. Look at that. Swimming away. Yep, should have tried over there earlier. That's actually a good fish. Yeah. Come back here, you fish. I mean, unfortunately, it looks like another one has taken that darn hook. I got it. I got it. I know. I'm terribly sorry about that. There we go. Just a matter of time before you got it.
All right, I think we have proven, without a doubt, fish can be caught with at least the hook and the bobber. I mean, it's amazing how pretty these things are. The bluegills. So this is what was in the kit, part of it. That bobber, the hook, and of course the fishing pole, line, and the reel. Alright, did you get it off for that time? No, you didn't. I got you. So anyway, obviously there's a bunch of these little guys over there, and I mean, I'm catching them on a piece of bait that isn't much bigger than my pinky fingernail, because their mouth honestly isn't much bigger than my pinky fingernail. Hey, gosh. Okay, all right. Ow, you stuck me that time. You got me. Okay, fair is fair. I hooked you, you stuck me. Anyway, back you go. Now that is the team. Here we go. This is another test right here. I don't know if you can see that little piece of bait that's on there. Little piece of worm. I don't know if you can see that, but that's kind of what I just caught that fish on. So let's try that again. I mean, it could have been the same fish repeatedly. No, it wasn't. But they're obviously over there. There we go again. On another piece of bait. No bigger than a pencil eraser. Now I myself, I know a lot of people would use these as bait. These little guys here, but I never have been that guy. I don't know why. I just never have been that whole, kill a fish to catch a fish. I don't know. Worms and crickets and things, different story, but okay. I actually was going home, but I said, you know what? I'm going to get up here on top of this really tall pier and see what I can catch. The smallest largemouth. Hey. I'm going to get him back in the water quick, but smallest largemouth in the world. Anyway, gonna let him go back.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to Wanna Go Fishing headquarters and the table of contents. Wait a minute, I just said Wanna Go Fishing headquarters, and I said that like I've said that a million times. I like the way that sounds. Not gonna lie. Anyway, we're back here at the table of contents with our previous contents. The $25 Zebco combo that came with the tackle box and some lures and some bobbers and some hooks and some swivels. Okay, let's just go with, the answer was clear. It caught fish. But in all honesty, a bobber, some hooks, some swivels, some night crawlers, okay, they're going to catch fish. Wouldn't matter if it was strung to a stick, piece of bamboo, cane pole, whatever. That will catch fish, all right? But for $25, and I mean with tax and everything, it was 26 something. I've seen this combo, just the rod and the reel, for that same price. So hey, add a little bit more to it. They give you this little tackle box. They give you about 20 hooks that I can see in there. They give you, looks like 7 or 8 little plastic baits, the swivels, and 2 bobbers. Here's my take on the lures, okay? This right here, the jig head's great. The spinner spent more time with the hook stuck through the swivel, and I was untangling it more than anything. This particular swim bait, this could be a 6-month-old piece of chewing gum hooked to this thing. It was terrible. This one was very bad. But jig head was great. It's a really sharp hook. I believe that you can take and put any of these smaller plastic baits probably on there and catch you something. Now, let's talk about these little plastic baits here. They're not the most limber of baits, so to get the tail to really do what you wanted it to do, your retrieve had to be pretty quick. And in some instances that's okay, but in some, you know, you want a slower retrieve, just depends on the fish. So these are just okay. I think in a creek/river situation, smallmouth, rock bass, something along that lines, I think this would be okay. Red breast sunfish, because they're really aggressive, they would jump at something like that. And of course you have the chartreuse and you have the white. This particular the spinnerbait, the jig head and everything, I think without the spinner, this jig head would probably do really well in that same scenario. Crappie, they really like the black and the chartreuse. I had really good luck with those colors here. I think that would work out really well. Hey, come back here. That's Bob. Stay over there, Bob. The reel and the rod, actually I really enjoyed throwing this thing. It casts really well. I mean, it's typical Zebco. It casts really well. It reels really well. The rod is okay. I mean, it's going to do what you want it to do. This little guy here, this is a scream to cast. The little telescopic rod, even with this, the smaller jig and the little spinner, man, you just blast this thing. You really got to be careful. The rod is really whippy, so be careful. Get your swing right, because you can overswing, and the next thing you know, where you're looking is not where it's going, and you're in a tree. You're hitting the lady next to you whose kids playing in the dirt, whatever, and you don't want that, because she wouldn't be happy about having to get that hook taken out of his earlobe. But anyway, so the answer to the question, yes, it'll catch fish. It will catch fish. And again, I believe, you know, for $25, $26, whatever it was with tax, and you get this little tackle box, which, by the way, I didn't notice it did this until I was looking at it yesterday and realized on this little sticker here it says clips on rod. Okay, I'm like, all right, man, I didn't know it did that. So hey, I've been jamming this thing in my pocket the whole time trying to walk with it, and that's not fun at all. It does that. That's pretty cool. So somebody was thinking when they built this little guy. I just wasn't thinking when I was looking through it all. So anyway, there you go. This is my first episode. Please bear with me. I hope to get a little bit better. We're learning it all. My son's helping me with the editing process. He is a computer whiz that I am not. So everything that we're doing with this particular episode was first time we'd ever done it. So we're hoping to get better. Bear with us. Give me a chance to get better. Then there's the whole subscribe thing. If you want to, please do. I'm not going to tell you, hey, go subscribe to me. It does help. It helps. Click the little bell, and I will do everything I can to get things better, to make things better, and make each episode a little different, to make it more interesting and entertaining for everybody to sit down for 17 to 25 minutes and watch. So thank you guys. If you're watching and you went all the way to the end, I appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you again, and I will ask you that question. Do you want to go fishing? I'm Willie, and this is Booger. Got a question for you. Want to go fishing?